One of the biggest pains in life is comparing yourself to others. We often look at someone else and think, why is he so successful and I am not? Why does her life look so perfect while mine feels so ordinary? But what we don't try to understand is something very important. Her journey and your journey are not the same. If a fish wants to fly like a bird, it will spend its whole life thinking it's not good enough, even though it can swim across the entire ocean. These days, because of social media, this habit of comparison has become even worse. We see someone else's success, someone else's happiness, someone else's achievements, and slowly, without realizing it, we begin to feel like our own life is small and meaningless. We forget our talents. We forget our progress. We forget how far we've already come. This kind of thinking doesn't destroy us suddenly. It destroys us slowly. It pushes people into sadness, self-doubt, and hopelessness. That is why today's story is for anyone who has ever felt, I will never be as good as them. Listen carefully, because every part of this story can change the way you think. Once there was a small village near a quiet forest. In that village lived a young man named Ethan. Ethan was hardworking and kind. He respected others and tried his best in life. But there was one habit that made him unhappy all the time. He always compared himself with others. When he saw his friend getting the best grades, Ethan thought, I wish I was as smart as him. When he saw his neighbor becoming rich, he thought, I wish I had that kind of life. Even when he saw someone running faster, speaking better, or living more confidently, he thought, why am I never enough? These thoughts followed Ethan everywhere. Because of them, he couldn't focus on his work. He couldn't enjoy simple moments. Even when he succeeded at something, his mind whispered, others are still better. At night, when everything was quiet, his mind was full of noise. I work so hard, he thought, but I still feel behind. One day, a wise old man visited the village. People called him Grandpa Leo. He was not rich. He was not famous. But people trusted his words because they brought peace. Ethan went to him and said, Grandpa, I try my best, but when I see others doing better than me, I feel like a failure. Grandpa Leo smiled gently and said, come with me tomorrow morning. I want to show you something. The next morning, they walked into the forest. Grandpa Leo asked, look around carefully. What do you see? Ethan replied, I see many trees. Some are tall, some are short, some are full of fruit, some are still growing. Grandpa Leo said, imagine if this apple tree said, why am I not tall like that pine tree? Or if the pine tree said, I wish I had sweet fruit like apples. Ethan smiled and said, that would sound silly. That's exactly the point, Grandpa Leo replied. They walked further and reached a small pond. Fish were swimming peacefully. Birds were flying above the water. Grandpa Leo asked, if a fish spent its whole life wishing it could fly like a bird, what would happen? It would feel useless, Ethan said. And if a bird wished it could swim, it would forget how special flying is. Grandpa Leo looked at Ethan and said softly, then why do you forget your own strengths by comparing yourself to others? That moment changed something inside Ethan. For the first time, he understood that everyone has a different path, a different pace, and different strengths. From that day on, Ethan stopped comparing himself. He focused on his own growth, his own effort, his own journey. Slowly, his confidence returned. Life began to feel lighter again. Years later, Ethan became successful in his own way. When people asked him how, he smiled and said, if a fish tries to fly, it will always feel like a failure. But if it focuses on swimming, the ocean belongs to it. Remember this: the sun and the moon don't shine at the same time, but both are important. Find your path. Walk it in your own way. That's when real success begins.